April Pettyjohn, and this is Follow the Leader Homeschool Education.
So you did kind of start talking about how ADHD can also affect life skills, not just the learning. So, when you're homeschooling, what are some other things that you do to help your son with and yourself with regards to like those life skills? Because I know executive functioning skills is really hard for kids with ADHD, and time management is super hard, and organization is super hard. So all of these different things, like what are some life skills and strategies that you've helped or you've used to help?
Yeah, and I think honestly, that can be pretty similar to just an average kid. A lot of it is figuring out what speaks to them as far as a reward system. So when we're talking about like chores and stuff, I need to know how he wants to be rewarded for what he's done. Another thing is you cannot lecture them. They're going to listen to about 3 words. So you've got to keep your instruction super concise and your directions limited to maybe 2 or 3 step direction. Okay. And then come back to me for more information. And he will come back. But hey, bud, I need you to get your socks off the stairs and get your shoes out from the front door. Okay, great, done. And then you can come back to me. And he'll do it quickly. But if I say, I need you to get your socks off the stairs and your shoes are by the front door. Oh, and you didn't feed Honey today. Did you forget to feed the dog? And hey, your sister's car seat out by and we start, it's gone. It's gone. I lost him at socks. He cannot track for that long. And I think really recognizing you're not going to be able to train him to take in more information. That's not how his brain's made. And that's okay. He doesn't need to adjust. You do. Mm-hmm. He doesn't need to adjust how his brain is taking in your information. You need to adjust how you're giving it. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. That's our job. Mm-hmm. And what I've realized is it's like we are both building neural pathways. He and I both are. He's building brand new ones for the very first time. I get to be in on the ground level of that. That is so cool. Mm-hmm. I'm building new ones because I have some old ones that are formed that are bad, that are not serving me well. And so I'm forming new ones alongside of him, but he's going to mimic and mirror all of my energy. So a lot of what happens during the day, I'm rabbit trailing, I know. I'm so sorry. Not. It's what I do best. A lot of what I do during the day is I am coaching myself internally while I'm coaching him externally. So that's one of the benefits of all the tabs is I can talk to myself on the inside while I can talk to him on the outside. And there's a lot of that happens during the day because we haven't really tapped into the feelings component of it. But that is a lot of the ADD, ADHD, child and brain, even adult. There's a lot of emotional spiraling that happens because usually ADD people feel very deeply. Their feelings are very deep. I heard a quote several years ago, and it has just stuck with me. It will forever. And it said, even when I feel nothing, I feel it completely. And that has just stuck with me because I resonate with that so much. I feel so deeply, and he is so the same way. So I have to be very intentional and very careful with my words. And he can come across as, I don't care. Didn't matter, can't hurt me. But I know when we get to the root of it, to the heart of it, he will get pretty solemn about things. And it does. It really affects him. He's a really deep feeling little guy. He's very passionate. So that comes out in sadness though, but then that also comes out in rage. So that's something.
And enjoy. And enjoy.
Yeah, and enjoy.
When they're happy, they're super happy. When they're sad, they feel it all. When they're mad, they feel it all. Yep.
They're
and,
very
and
high.
with the impulsive times, that if they're like in rage, sometimes, a lot of times, what they're thinking comes out. And when they're sad, what they're thinking sometimes just comes out. And so until they
That's where we use a lot of like scripture memorization. We have a lot of scripture that we've committed to memory. And so even in those moments, it's like, hey, bud, what fruits of the Spirit are we showing right now? And he
I
could
love
run
it.
through all of them. Or, God's made you a new creation. Old things are passed away. You are not that person that socks your brother in the face because you're mad. I mean, that's extreme, but
Yeah.
it's happened.
It
So
happened. Yes.
it does.
It's called life with siblings. Yes.
That's right.
So I'm glad you brought up the fact that that you're ADHD, you've been diagnosed with it. Your son is super active and he's got this gift too, that a lot of the day you are internalizing and talking to yourself and then
Yeah.
taking that and teaching him and coaching him. So
Yeah.
let's talk about the mom who is listening to this and she's shaking her head the whole time because not only does she have a child that sounds like your son and my son, but she feels it. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Even if I haven't been officially diagnosed, I
Yeah.
know that I'm ADHD. And here I am trying to homeschool my kids and be mom and be nurse and be wife and be Uber driver and all the things that come with it.
Mhm.
So tell us, what are some strategies and things that have really worked for you as a mom who has all of her tabs open and you've got 4 kids and a
Mhm.
husband and you're
Mhm.
trying to do it all. So what has helped you and worked for you?
A couple things first before I tackle that is I will just say it's really hard. It's hard whether you have ADHD or
Mhm.
not. And managing, being the house manager of that many things, it's it's a joy. Like so much joy comes along with it, but it is really hard. So I would just say, like, give yourself so much grace
Mhm.
because you are doing like the impossible job.
Mhm.
And you're doing amazing. So I just think that moms don't really give themselves enough credit a lot of times. Like, you're raising people, you're
Mhm.
raising human beings. Like, that's huge. So I just want moms to like pause and recognize God's given you this huge task and you're doing it. Like, that's incredible. Um, Also, I have a lot of people tell me because I wear a lot of different hats. I have a lot of interests, a lot of things that I enjoy, a lot of things that I pursue. That's one of the, commonalities of having this personality type is you overcommit and you have lots of things that you're involved in and you're going to do them all. And actually, you're going to do them all pretty well. And that's then you get to a point where you burn out and then you just fall off the face of the earth for a little while because it's very all or nothing. Um,
Mhm.
yes, exactly. Hey, Carrie, you and me, you and me both.
I'm just coming back from falling off the earth. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So people will say, like, how do you do it all? And because from the outside, it's like, wow, April, you're doing such a great job and you look so organized and all these things. And my very quick answer is, I don't. I'm not doing it all. And I want to be like super clear about that. My plate is the same size as your plate. My 24 hours are the same as yours, and I can only hold so many things. And when something is bigger on my plate, something else has to fall off. So I want you to know that if my podcast this week is taking more of my time, that probably means we ate out more or our school lessons were more minimal because I'm not superhuman.
Right.
I can't do it all.
Right.
Yeah. So, but things that have helped me are making sure that I'm connecting with women who are like-minded. That has been huge. So I actually just interviewed a friend on my podcast. Her name's Maxie. She's also very, very ADHD. And just having somebody that I can text or call. Our audio messages to each other are hilarious because we will start talking about something and, hey girl, I just wanted to check in with you. And hey, what is that guy doing over there? What is his dog? I mean, it is the most disjointed. It's amazing. So having women in your life that are like-minded, that they understand. For a while, I really thought the way my brain operated was really typical and normal. And then I started sharing things with people and I would get the look like, huh, I don't know what you're talking about. And so I realized I have to find my people. So if you haven't found your people yet that can really relate, they're out there. You've got to seek them out. So be diligent to seek out people that you're making adult connections with regularly. And then the other thing is having really good resources. I am not a sit down and read a book person. I hate reading, actually, which is funny because I tutored reading for a really long time. Reading is really important, but I don't like doing it. I like listening and I like watching. And that is another typical attribute for the ADD mind. So some resources that I love. I really love Dr. Meg Meeker. She is a child pediatrician. She's been around for a long time. She has a great podcast called Parenting Great Kids. And then I just ordered a book called The Whole Brain Child. So we're going to see if I actually read it. You can hold me accountable.
Okay. It's a good book.
If I actually read it. So I'm excited to hear it. It was recommended to me by my friend, Jamie Glenn. So she was on the show a few weeks ago or a couple months ago. And her podcast called Emotions with Ease is chef's kiss. It's so good. So she helps me a lot. So having some really good resources at my fingertips. And then my main thing is little breaks throughout the day. Mm-hmm. My brain needs a break. And usually it's outside. Mm-hmm. I've got to have fresh air. I've got to have bare feet, and I've got to have some sunshine. So if I can get even 15 minutes away from the dishes and the laundry and the schooling, it is worth the time, but I've got to pull myself away. You have to force yourself to get away from the grind and just breathe and eyes up and being present in the moment. I know those sound really basic, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, so either we're sisters from another mister or I'm ADHD and didn't know it.
Girl, I think we might be
basically we're just saying exactly all that. And I actually just interviewed Jamie for the second time. And we were talking about having a calmer home and her new podcast, which you're right, it is fabulous. And I think you're going to love the book Whole Brain.
Okay.
Yes, it's really
great. I can't wait to read it.
So I can't believe we are running out of time, but I know the moms have enjoyed listening to you. Your advice is awesome. Your voice is so soothing. So I know they're going to want to go and listen to your podcast, but can you tell the moms where they can find you, where they can find your podcast, how they can connect with you on social media?
Yeah, for sure. I would love that. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. It's under Follow the Leader. And then my podcast is Follow the Leader Homeschool Education. And you can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on YouTube.
Love it. Thank you. Okay, so you've already given us some really good words of encouragement, but I love to ask this question at the end of all of my episodes. So what advice would you give to other homeschooling parents who either have ADHD themselves or who are teaching a child with it or both? What is it that you wish someone had told you before you started homeschooling?
Mm-hmm. I wish that I knew that this isn't a struggle that we're fighting against, that this is really going to be the thing that forms a bond between you and that child. Sorry.
That's okay. I totally get it.
I feel so connected with Noah. Mm-hmm. And it's through this that we share this common thing together. I can't imagine how his life would be different if he were in an environment where this wasn't being nurtured. If he were in a space where this was being stifled and being seen as a negative. We had a really tender moment the other night. Noah had just a really emotional evening. He had a really hard time regulating. He was just all over the place. He just couldn't center. And so at the end of the night, I was putting him to bed. It's one of my favorite parts of the day is just kind of lingering with the boys at bedtime. And I was sitting on the side of his bed and I was like, Bud, I just want you to know that God has a really good plan for your life. And he's going to use this to help so many people. And I was like, did you know that mommy has really struggled with a lot of the same things that you're struggling with? And I was like, there were times and seasons when I would be in the shower and I would be emotional and I might recite the same Bible verse that I had memorized. I might say it 100 times. And he was like, 100 times? And I was like, yeah, really, like for real, 100 times. And I think those moments like that, where you can get real and you can get raw, That's what it's all about.
Mhm.
It's about connecting with your child where they are. Sending Ella off to college has made me realize how fast it goes. You have this really little short window to pour into them. And I would just say they're all going to throw something different at you. All of their personalities are needing something different from mom. And God has positioned you exactly where you are in your home to be your child's best teacher. You are equipped with everything you have. God put it in you. You can do it. You just have to have the right people coming alongside of you, encouraging you. You can do it. Just don't do it alone. We weren't created to live alone. We're created to be in community from the garden. That's who God created us to be, is in community with one another.
Fabulous advice. Talk about chef's kiss.
Hmm.
I can't add anything else to that. That is a wonderful way to end this conversation. And I'm super excited you came on, and I can't wait for the next one. Thank you, April.
Thank you, friend. I loved being here.